Hi everybody, and welcome to my garden tour for the month of April. I'm so excited that now that the weather's getting warm, there's a lot more things growing in my garden. There's a lot of new plants that I've started, and some of the old plants are just looking amazing with all of the rain and the warm weather that we've been having. I live in an apartment building, so I'm limited on space, but I'm maximizing every inch of growing space I have. I use containers, raised beds that I've built, and also I utilize all of my vertical space. So I'm just excited to show everyone all of the things that I'm growing, so then that way you can do it too. This one I'm so happy about. It's looking so good. I only planted it about 2 months ago and already it's getting so big, putting on new leaves every day. There's some here starting to come out the base. And this is just gonna do so well in this climate because it loves the heat. And we've definitely been having enough of it lately. Then over here is my Seminole Pumpkin, which is doing good. It's getting nice and long. And these I'm not gonna put on a trellis. I'm just gonna let it make its way out into the garden. So it has plenty of room along the ground to get as big as it wants. And then I have 1, 2, 3 Japanese cucumbers. This bed over here, it had a bunch of weeds, but I just cleared it all out and planted some new plants. So I have the Japanese cucumbers right here, and then put right in between, I hope it has enough room, I think I might have to move it, is a Spanish mammoth pepper. But I plan on letting the cucumbers vine up the side of the fence here, so then that should give the Spanish pepper enough space to get big. Here I have the black beauty squash, which should have enough space, especially since the cucumbers are gonna vine up. This one will get nice and big. I also have a Thai gourd, which is something that's totally new to me. I've never had gourds before, but I figured it's similar to a zucchini, so I'd give it a try. If anybody watching has tried Thai bottle gourd, please comment down below. Let me know if you liked it, if you hated it, how it was growing it, and if you'd grow it again. Right here's my first attempt at growing carrots, and it's already starting to put on little leaves here. So I'm probably gonna have to thin it out. I just kind of sprinkled some all inside here. And I'll space it out so that way it'll grow big. And then here I have all my little seedlings. I started a bunch of new ones. I have most of my peppers here, and I'm just gonna let those get a little bigger before I put them in the ground. My callaloo is looking awesome. It's getting nice and tall. Then I have some more black beauty squash. Some habanero peppers, which is similar to the habanero, but it's not spicy. Some more of the Thai bottle gourd. Another cucumber. And down here are my hot peppers. I have habanero, and these guys over here I'm not sure what they are because I wrote on the little stick to let me know, but because of the rain it kind of faded off, so I can't even tell. These are 2 plants that I bought. I still have to put these in the ground, but they're starting to look kind of sick. They're getting some sort of discoloration on the leaves. These are 2 kiwi plants. And then I still have my sugar cane, which is doing pretty good. Still gonna have to plant that in the ground soon. And my moringa, like always, is still massively tall. And I'm gonna make a video about that soon. And then this is my potato patch right over here, covered in a bunch of hay. It's still having a lot of bug pressure. The stink bugs are just like wreaking havoc on all the leaves that are on. I come out here like every day to try and kill as many stink bugs as I can, but they're still putting a lot of damage to it. They're still damaging the stems and the leaves, so I might end up just pulling that out. I also started some new seedlings here, some seeds that I picked up from online. I've never grown a melon before, so I decided to try the Crenshaw melon because those get quite large. The research that I did online, it says that they're really sweet and a really good variety to grow. And then over here, this whole row, these are the Chinese long beans, which is similar to the yard long beans. So those, see, look, there's a little guy, he's starting to come up right there. Yay. And then I have a green tomato variety. I'm also growing 3 other varieties, which I'll show. And then here, this one is the crimson sweet watermelon. Still no, oh wait. There's a little guy right there starting to come out. And then I have basil all in this row. and then sunflower all in this row. And those are just starting to peek out. And when they get a little bit bigger, I'll transplant these into a bigger container. So these guys right here, this one, there's 3 tomato plants over here that I grew from seed about mid-February, and they're already starting to put on flowers. This variety is the Castelluto Fiorentino, which is an Italian tomato. And then this little guy I just put into this container, so he's still has some time to grow. This is a purple Russian. And then this right here also is a heirloom variety, the purple Russian. And if you guys saw my last video, you know that before in this garden bed here, I had the longevity spinach, like where I have all of the peas, but I pulled all of that out because honestly I wasn't eating it and I don't like the taste of it. It's kind of slimy, similar to okra. So I decided to take it out and put something else that I would eat. So these bushes here are pole beans. So I'm gonna have to create like a trellis along here somewhere so that way they could climb up. And then over here I have some corn. And then this overwintered and it's starting to put on some new leaves. This is my lemongrass. And the kale's like almost doubled in size over the last, I would say, just a month. And then the broccoli is still here. I'm trying to let that go to seed. And like always, these are still doing amazing. My collard greens. These also doubled in size just within like a month. I don't know if you can see, but it starts from the base there and goes all the way up here. This has to be like about 2 to 3 feet tall. And honestly, I don't really do too much to the collard greens. Just water it every few days. And I did put some compost around there, some homemade compost about maybe 2 months ago. And they've just taken off. Like they love this morning sun that comes in. It just makes them grow so nice and big. And then in the other bed over here, these collard greens are also getting even bigger. And same thing, just compost. And they seem to be loving it because they keep getting bigger and bigger. And I'm not doing too much with this bed yet. I'm still trying to figure out what summer crops I'm gonna put in here. I think I'll wait and put my okra in here. The placement of it gets a lot of sun. So anything that goes in here is gonna have to be something that could tolerate the heat. But for right now, I have a Seminole pumpkin, some more cucumber, and then some little tomatoes that aren't really doing too good. And then I have cilantro that I think is starting to go to flower. And over here, here's my other broccoli that's starting to grow some little pods, so those should be going to seed soon. And once that does and I collect the seeds, I'm just gonna pull this up and maybe put some more onions because I still have some onions down there and over here, but the bulbs haven't come on yet, so those are gonna have to stay in there a little bit longer.